Generic greetings and welcome to Construction Plus Prison Architect Alpha 28 Episode 1. This is the new Prison Architect Alpha and we're going to start a new prison. A little bit of a delay between the last episode or last season and this one, just because I wanted to take a little break from it. You know, having done Prison Architect on the channel for nearly 2 years now, or probably 2 years now, it can get a little bit samey at times. And also, I want to do something that's different. And it's every alpha, every time we do a new series, it's hard for me to think of different things to do. But in this one, what we're going to do, we're actually going to do a small prison. As you can see, we're on a small map now. And as always, this episode will only be about the planning. There'll be no building whatsoever. We won't be placing any foundations or anything like that. Just be the planning, and then you can leave in the comments what changes you think we should make, and then we can build and go from there next episode. So this episode, all about the planning. So what we're going to do, Alpha 28 brings in a couple of changes, but not a great deal. It puts in, well, it changes the way that some of the tabs are. So you can see there's bureaucracy and prison grading on the top right there instead of down here. There's a couple of UI changes and such, but nothing major. Probably the biggest addition to the game is the way that laundry works. Now laundry works similar to the way you can have canteens work. So you have like a logistics tab and you can make sure that things go in different locations. So you can have, say, laundry only sort of sweep up, or only, bring the clean clothes to certain cell blocks, that sort of thing. So you can change it around a bit. If for the most part, you can just leave it, as standard, leave it as normal. But you don't have to. Also, there's now a way to automatically have guards stationed at the at places at different times. So I guess you would call it prison. What would we call it? No, not a grading, but it's like I'm just trying to get the center of the map here, and I think that's it there, but I'll double check in a second. It's like a way of scheduling. It's like a way of scheduling the prison so that you can alter. You don't have to have as many staff. Basically, you can have only half the staff of you normally need, because you can set them to different areas at different times. So you can say, right, I'd say 2 to 4. I'll have, it's 5 or 6, maybe 7 guards or whatever in the canteen, and then later on you can move them back to the cells and such. So you can have different setups for that. So not bad at all. What we're going to be doing with this prison is we're going to be doing a low risk prison, because it's something I haven't done in quite a while, and people used to say that we should do high risk because it's more interesting. Well, I think that is the case, but also we've done high risk for the last 3 alphas running now, or something like that. At least the last 2 of high risk. So I want to do a low-risk one, and what I want to do, I want to build a prison around manufacturing. I want to make it so we have at least 2 workshops of full size, and we have forestry. We do a very large forestry area, so we'll have cell blocks, and then what we'll probably do is probably have the cell blocks around here. We'll have all of our utilities and the things down that side. Cell blocks in the middle, or maybe even, I don't know yet, I haven't really thought this very far through, but then we have the forestry on probably the top and bottom. We will expand as we need to, but when we expand, obviously we'll have like a fairly large forestry area, and then we'll be able to collect all the wood, and then turn that into the new beds and things like that, and then sell them, and we actually make a lot of money that way. So that is the overall plan. A prison, low risk, so we don't have a lot of violent prisoners in it, and the whole point in having low risk is that we can also see the grading as well. This being only a month, obviously we want to see some prison grading. If we do high risk, we'll never see it. Also, it means that I won't have to have a security network up and running, and an armory and things like that. So, and probably not even dogs, or we might have dogs, but we certainly won't have any guns in the place. We probably won't even have tasers, because you need an army for that. Anyway, let's just do a bit of an entrance to the prison. So it is going to be quite a small prison, but I do need things like deliveries, which is going to be that bit there. So that'll be a delivery. I've actually just realised that should be straight along there. Now, this is not going to be a high security area at all, so we don't really need to worry too much about a lot of things. We don't really need to bother with We don't need to worry about prisoners sort of good tunneling underneath. So we won't have this as a perimeter wall. It'll just be a wall. I don't know what else we really need. I don't think we'll need a wall. This is going to be an entrance there. And then we'll have our standard sort of airlocky form thing. So that'll be a metal detector entrance, metal detector, and then another entrance. This one, however, will be a staff-only area. Do I want to do that? Actually, we'll rip that up. And we'll put it a little bit closer. Because what I want to do is have this as the indoor bits. So that there, this will all be staff only, okay, these bits here. And then we'll come down to there. And then this will be garbage. This will be deliveries, but we also need an export, which we will put there. Actually, best just put it all on one side, I think. Put it all on one side, it makes it a little bit easier for me. So there is that. And then finally, we'll do another one there. So that is our delivery. Actually, well, how big is the road gate? Let's check, see how big the road gate is. So you've also got a search bar now. I think, was that in the last one or was this a recent edition? I can't remember. We need a road gate. And how big is the road gate? A little bit too small, I've got these. So we need to increase it by 1 block. 1 space. That's okay, because then we'll have road gates on these things. There we go. And then, so that is 6 down. Is it from there? Is it? Okay, so 6 down. Then there's the wall. Job done. And might as well just put the entrance like that. Get rid of them bits there. Obviously, these will be road gates on the front. There we go. Actually, I really want to put them in the middle. Nah, it doesn't really matter, does it? We'll put them there. And then finally, 6 down. And then there's our other exit bit there. Right, so we've got 3 areas there. We've got our... Hang on. 1, 2, 3. I've got 4 of these things. That. There we go. Hang on. We're going to have to redo this a little bit. So we don't need that. That's closed off, and then we don't need that, or that, or that, or that bit there, and then we need to open them up, right? So delivery, garbage, export, something like that anyway. That's all we really need to have, and then we can, if we want to, we don't need this a double corridor, but actually, no, we don't need a double corridor. Let's shrink it up a bit. We're going to save a little bit more room here, so we'll just have a standard sort of jail door either side there, or whatever, and this will be a bit of a block that will come out and then down, and then we can have our offices and things in here. In fact, offices are only a 4x4, so it'll be that length. There we go, and obviously fit in as much as we can, so there'll be an office there. There is a nice 4x4, and then we need a lot of them, so we need 5 of them. So actually, no, we're not going to have 5 of them, because we're going to have the... Do we want the foreman here? We could have the foreman. I think we'll have the foreman closest to where the workshop stuff is. So if we have, say, I think we'll have the accountant, warden, security, and then you've got the psychologist office and the warden. So we don't need, sorry, the psychologist office and the psychologist office and the foreman? Yeah, something like that. Yes, that will do us nicely. Right, okay. So we also need a staff room, which will be... It doesn't really need to be very big at all, does it? Let's have a quick look and see what size we can get a staff room. If we go to rooms, then we'll just check our staff room. It is minimum 4x4. That is a 4x5. So that will do us quite nicely. What else do we need? Well, we need a storage area, which we can have down the bottom here if we want. So... do we want to move storage up to there? Probably best to move storage up, and I'll put the offices further down, because the offices you don't really visit that much. I think that's a better option. Let's just redesign it. As always, you are seeing everything as it is. No cutting, no nothing like that. No fake Jeopardy. This is how it is. If I mess it up, you get to see it. So you get to see a lot of it, obviously. It's just, you know, it's all about the process, isn't it? Right, there's 3 offices there, and we actually only need the 3. So that is a perfect location for them. 3 offices there. Then we need storage, which we will not have too large, but we do need a fairly big storage, I guess. There is a... That's an 8 wide. I actually want it 9, because I want to have an entrance there, and then we can have... that's going to be our staff room, so we'll have our... What size is that? Is that 9 as well? It is. There's no... I didn't really mean to have symmetry there, but whatever. Right. So we'll have our storage and staff room. This will be... This won't actually be... There'll be buildings there. There to be buildings. These will just be open bits. That'll be building there. What else do we need? We're just doing the admin stuff first. It's generally how I go about it there. So 3 offices. We don't need security. Or we do, but we're not going to put it in here. We have infirmary and cleaning cupboard. Not around. Going to be here. Deliveries and garbage. We can do that. We might as well get on with that. So we'll get rid of deliveries. I don't know why it's... just pause it and unpause it there for a second. We'll have deliveries, and then we'll have garbage... I think down the bottom there we'll have exports between the 2, I think. No. We'll have garbage at the bottom, And then we'll have deliveries there. Then we'll have exports closer. Actually, no. Deliveries definitely there because then it goes straight into the storage room. Yep, that makes sense to me. And there we go. Right, sorted. That looks about right. Excellent. Execution, no, we're not going to have that. Workshop, yes, we're going to have lots of them. Kennel, we haven't got a kennel, but we are going to have one. So we'll have kennel around here, I think. Could do that, have a kennel around here. What else do we need, though? We do need a sort of security office for some CCTV and for door openers. We do need some of that. What's the minimal size of the kennel? 5 by 5 is the kennel size. So let me just go to my planning once more and measure off 5. So it'll be that long. So to be honest with you, we'll just make this open area here like a kennel. A bit of a kennel around there. Then what we'll do, we'll have another, say, office there. And that'll be security where we can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, there we go, and that'll be a kennel. Okay, so that's going to be kennel there, that bit there, that's just open area. Then this will be a security station where we'll have our door openers and CCTV. This will be where we have our staff room and then storage. Okay, that seems fairly efficient, actually. That's not too bad at all. Right, let's just increase that up and then run it right down here. Now, this bit is going to be for, I guess you could call it visitation and all that sort of thing. Yeah, visitation, really. I guess it's what it's going to be. Now, I actually want my canteen on this side here. Kitchen and canteen here. So it's going to be roughly there, but I'll leave that for now. This will be visitation, so they'll come in here, and I don't really need a massive visitation, at least not this size, but I'll have visitation and infirmary and such around here, probably, but we'll see, we'll see. Right, so if they come in and go in here for visitation, we could make one very large visitation like that. Although what I don't really like that. See, I want a classroom around here. I want a classroom, visitation, and infirmary in this big row. This big row here. So how are we going to do that? Well, we could have them really just walk straight through if we wanted to. What size is visitation? I was going to split it up, but you know what? The most efficient way is just to do that. It really is. Objects have visitor tables like that. You know, we can cramp this up a little bit if we need to. And then we can spin these round like that. Visitor tables. Something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 visitor tables. I don't think we're going to have a lot of prisoners in here. Seems about right, although we could just... Ooh, good grief. We could do that. No, I don't think we need it. I don't think we need it longer, do we? I think that'll do, you know. Something like that, I think, should do the job. Right, and then we'll go back to our walls. Run a wall across there. Obviously, there'll be an entrance at that end there anyway. We'll have an entrance to this place like that. And we'll run paths down. And then this will be our... This will be our classroom, which we'll have an entrance to there. The reason there's an entrance there is so you can just go between the two if you need to. And obviously, when the classroom, the teacher comes in, they'll be able to just go straight up that way, like that. And then this will be our infirmary and morgue, okay? So there'll be the morgue at the back, which hopefully we'll never need to use, but we'll have morgue slabs all the way down there. And then that'll be our infirmary. Not too bad. We also need a psychologist office, now that I think about it. So what else can we do? We could tack on a psychologist's office in this place. Do I want to do it here? Do we need this as long as it is? I don't think we need that amount of visitor tables. You know, we could probably shrink that up just a little bit there, and then we'll shrink that down, the classroom down. See, classrooms, you have to be careful with these, because if we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See, I want 20 total. And you can put them next to each other, so you could just have a big row like that. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 18. And then 2 at the front like that, if you wanted to. Something like that anyway. That's the size we need. We don't need any smaller, or any bigger than that, should I say. So That's fine. Roughly like that. This is just a rough estimation, you understand. This will all be changed, I'm sure, when you post in the comments. So we need some sort of room for the psychiatrist, which is a 4x4, and actually I'll make it a little bit bigger. We'll make our infirmary about that size. There we go. So we'll have, I don't know, an entrance there like that, and then we'll have beds across there. We could have some beds around here. Then we've got the morgue at the back there with slabs on either side. 6 slabs in total. Something like that. That should do us quite nicely. Right, okay, excellent. Let me just go to our pathways, and I'm just going to run a pathway straight up the centre there. Obviously, that's just still denoting the middle, assuming I've got the middle correct. It doesn't really matter if I haven't, because it works all right so far. Excellent. Okay, so we need a kitchen, so I think we will just add on a bit of a kitchen there. So, nah, a little bit too small, I think. I always do the kitchen too small. I always end up having problems with it not fitting in, but I think that is actually too large. So we'll run it like that. Something like that. Let's have a quick look. So how many cookers can we get in? 9. We're not going to have that. We need to make it 10. There we go. So if we have 10 cookers in like that, and then we have... Again, I've made it too small. It's going to be really cramped, and I don't like it. Let me just run it straight across like that. That should do it quite nicely, right? And then we can go to cookers. That is 13. So what we'll do, we'll have 6 and then 6. And then the entrance to the area here. That'll do us quite nicely. And then we can have our sort of little airlocky thing. And is that 5? That is 5. So that can be some serving tables there. And we'll have some serving tables on either side, like that, okay? And then what I'm going to do, in the centre, we're going to have a block of phones, like that. So you basically go around like that to get your food. And then the rest of this will be a canteen. And, well, all this will be canteen. So obviously the standard size is 4x3, but we need to make sure we can fit a fair bit in. Now, I'm not expecting a lot of violence in this prison because it is low risk, so I'm not going to be bothered about it being really cramped, but I think I've actually... Is that enough? I don't know if that's enough. 9 tables? And we could have... We couldn't really have any more, to be honest with you. Oh, we could. We could do that. And then... Something like that. Phones, if we wanted to, up and around. I think that'll do. I don't think we need any more than that. That is a fairly big canteen, and if we wanted to, we could extend it to the left a little bit. I mean, go up and down, but I don't think I'm going to have more than maybe 60 prisoners or something in this place, so that should do quite nicely for a canteen. Right, let's also run another building straight down here, and it's going to go like... How are we going to have it? I think it was like that. Okay, straight up. That'll be a pathway like that. Obviously a little bit cramped, but I don't particularly care. This is going to be one big common room, the only common room we have in the prison. So we need actually a bit of a smaller bit at the end, which we'll have as, say, that size, and that'll be our Alcoholics Anonymous, because you need a Alcoholics Anonymous bit. And this will be one fairly large, as you can tell, one fairly large eatery. This is the eatery there. This is going to be our fairly large common room, which will have pool tables and all sorts in. So we just need to go to our objects, pathways rather. And we're going to run a pathway from here, and it'll be a double pathway all the way up to there. Okay, and then we'll have a entrance maybe at our Alcoholics Anonymous right there. Then we'll have other entrances along this place, you know, just scattered about. Okay, you understand that we'll have entrances along there at different intervals and such. Right, so not too bad so far. The next thing I want to do is put in the workshops, because they are a fairly big part of the idea, the whole system, what we're going for. But what I'm going to do first actually is cut this little bit out and then go to, well, we're already on walls, so I'm going to extend a bit of a building here at the back. Now what this is going to be is, actually, what's the distance there? That's 8 from that centre bit, so we need it 8 down, and then we'll go up and around like that. I'll just double check the measurements on that, because I think I've messed it up. That's 8 from there, then that's 8 from there. That's fine. So it might even be a little bit too big. Let's cut it down by at least a couple either side. There we go. This is going to be our laundry, This will be the laundry here. Then our cleaning cupboard at either side like that. Okay, then we'll run some objects down the outside. Sorry, pathways down the outside like so. And then along and then up like so. And this is right in the center of the prison, as you might expect. And there we go. Right, let's just go to our walls. And then we will put a building in at the back here. And that will be workshop. Now, before you say it, I know that is actually too big, okay? But what I want is multiple pieces of equipment in each piece, right? So I want the ability to have, well, I just want to be able to have multiple saws and multiple bed framey type things in each one. That is the idea. So we'll see how that one goes. Now we are missing out on a foreman. Yeah, the foreman. We're missing out on the foreman, so we'll need to put them around there. I also need to think about where I'm going to put the electrical supply. So, where am I going to put the electrical supply? I was going to put it at the back. In fact, what I might do is... I don't know. Actually, I don't know whether to put it at the back or not. Do we need to put it at the back? Not really. Obviously, we're going to have a lot of electricity because we're going to run, not out of power, but we're going to have a little issue with power running the fairly large workshops and such. So what I might do is have each individual workshop power up its own block, I guess. So we'll have power there and power up there, and then the rest will feed up and around. Instead of putting it at the back and then going into it, I'll put it around here and then going back over. Could do that. Let's roughly guesstimate the size of it. It's going to be a 5x5 as it normally is. So it's that. And then we'll have like a power block there like so. And that'll be on either side. And this is just different to what I've done before. That's the thing. You know, after, as I said, that's a 6x6. As I said before, I said earlier, I've done this so many times now that I'm just looking for excuses to make something that's just a bit different. I actually realised that, can we fit a 3x3 in here? Yes, we can. This is actually not big enough. I don't think that's big enough. I want it a little bit bigger. I'd rather have a very large workshop with, say, stuff down the side, 3x3, 3x3, and then, yeah, tables down the side. I'd rather overdo that than underdo it, certainly. So we'll just have to extend this up a little bit, like so. And then it's a 5x5. There's the power. This area over here. Obviously it is... Oops, it's not that size. It's actually... Is it that size? Yes, it is that size, isn't it? It's that. Cut that bit out. And I'm really planning quick on this one. We're here. I don't know if I'm doing it right or anything, but yeah, still, there's all that put in. Right, okay, so there's the power. We need water as well. The water, we could just put here. This is where we're going to put the kennel, but I could move the kennel. I could actually put the... I could actually put it somewhere else. Where don't I need... I've got a couple of large spaces, but I don't need them all. I could put it there. But that means not having dogs. And not having dogs is a bad plan. Could put it around here. 3x3 like that. And have that as the laundry. That is the laundry. That is the laundry. That is the cleaning cupboard. That is the water. I think that'll do. I think that will do, Gromit. Right, okay, so we need our... What do we need? Oh yeah, cell blocks. There's one. And there's the other. Right, how are we going to put stuff in here? Well, it's going to be a bit difficult. So, we need... Oh, good grief. Having a massive cell block like this never works. Okay, we're still going to do it though. Okay, so first things first. I've said okay about 50 times. Right. How are we going to do this? It's going to be a massive bottleneck going down there. I think we probably have... No, I was going to say we'll have some automated doors around here, but I want to make this quite open, even though... Yeah, I do. I only want the main doors on there and the rest pretty much free. You can roam around and stuff. It's a low-risk prison after all. We need this as high capacity. So, high capacity. That's way too small, isn't it? How many can we get in? This is just a rough guesstimation on this one. Doesn't matter if it's odd at the bottom because... yeah, it is odd at the bottom. Right, cool. Okay. If I have a row of cell blocks there. A row of cells, rather. Then this bit here will be our shower. Like so. And I want the other cells here. Now I don't know how this is going to work for the actual size of this thing, but hang on, they're obviously too small. Yeah, you saw that, didn't you? You were thinking as well. You went, hang on, is he going to notice? Yes, he noticed. Only just though, I tell you. Right, let's just put these in. There's the cells. So, cut that out. I always like a little sort of lip on this. I don't know why, it just looks good, I think. Right, let's do the other side first. Is it that? It's that. Okay. So it's 4 size all the way up. Now, I'm gonna do something. I guess I've done something like this before in the last prison, and we'll have it so we can have maybe this centre bit will be just quite open, won't it? Yeah, that's the problem. The centre bit's open, and it's sort of a wasted space. I thought that might be the case. Okay. Okay. Well, there is a middle, so I'll run it down like that, and then I'll build it off there, and then I'll have it more open. Now, we could squeeze in some more cells, but I'm not going for high capacity, as I've mentioned. So I don't know how many this is going to actually hold, but I'm sure that someone, maybe even yourself, has already worked out how much this is. And if you have, plus 10 generic mathematics points to you. Right, so we'll put all of these cells in. There we go, there's the cells going up the middle. Now you're probably thinking, hang on, he's missed something here. No, he hasn't, because this is going to be a security station. Like that. We do need some security, so we will have it. Now, the problem I have is that both blocks are not actually joined up. That's bad. So what if we just get rid of them? That fixes the problem, doesn't it? Excellent. Okay, so entrance for this place. There. That looks about right to me. Okay, shower at the back, naturally. Cells. Cells, 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 security thing, entrance, 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 and you understand that it's a complete mirror on the other side, so I don't need to do it because you understand what we're doing. Right, and we'll have entrances to the entire thing on that security station there. Now, obviously, that's where we can interrogate people. Sorry, did I say interrogate? I mean question. Right, okay. We are not America. So, well, actually, this probably is in America, I don't know. Right, let's just have a quick rundown. Cell, yes, we have cells. Holding cell, we don't have that, not yet. Solitary, no, not yet. Canteen and kitchen, yes. Shower, yes. Yard, no, not yet. Storage, we have. Deliveries and garbage, we do. Execution, no, we're not having it. Workshop, yes, 2 of, fairly big ones. 2 security desks, several offices, 1, 2, 3 down there. 4, and the 5th one I haven't put in yet, so I'll have to get on that in a moment. Morgue, yes. Common room, yes. Fairly large. Laundry, yes. Visitation, yes. Cleaning cupboard, yes. Kennel, yes. We got down the bottom there. Armory, no. We're not having one. Staff room, yes. Forestry, ish. We've got it ish. Classroom, yes. And exports, we can just put in yes. Okay, so a couple of things I've missed out. I haven't got a holding cell, and I haven't got solitary. So what we will do, we will actually have, I think, go to planning and walls. We need solitary and a holding cell. Now, do we need a holding cell? Do we really need one? Technically for a grant, yes, but I'm not going to have one, really. I mean, I guess we could say that's a holding cell. Have that as a holding cell. Will that do? There you go. There's our holding cell. There's one. Solitary, we don't have it. I don't expect I'll need a lot of solitary. What if I just have solitary there and there? We could even shrink it down and have something like that. There you go. There's solitary. That's 4 solitary cells, and we've still got our security station in. That works out. That means 8 solitary in total. Excellent. Okay. What are we missing? We are missing a office for the foreman. Where's the foreman going to go? Where's he going to go? Well, we could have him there. Yeah, we could. I think we might. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we won't. We'll have him there, because that's smaller. Then it means we haven't got a cleaning cupboard. Now we do, on either side of here. Cleaning cupboard there. Cleaning cupboard there. We don't need that, actually. I don't like that. I just don't like it. No, I'm not a fan of where it is. Don't like that. Where else can we put it? Well, there's no reason why we can't extend this. Yeah, we'll do that. Cut them bits out for the time being. Extend it a little bit. Don't even need it that big. If we just extend it by 2, that should do us quite nicely. Cut all this out. So we need a 3x3 for the 3x3 like that. That is our water. Then next to it we can have the foreman. 1, 2, 3, 4. Foreman. Then we need a cleaning cupboard. Cleaning cupboard, laundry. Washing machines, ironing, baskets. It doesn't need to be that big. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28. It's not bad in terms of capacity. It's not bad. There's 66. What would it say? 56. It's fine. It's fine in terms of capacity and what we have there. I think that'll do us in terms of capacity and such. Right, okay. Back to our pathways. Run a pathway up and around like that. And these bits here will be forestry. We'll have a little bit of a forestry around here, okay? So I'm just going to say objects, and I'll designate all that as forestry, okay? So you know that that bit is forestry. Now, the overall plan is to extend this way, and this way, depending on how far the series goes, you understand, for extra forestry. So that's why we put these right in the corners, because we can just open it up, extend the walls, open the back door, and all of that is forestry. Easy peasy. Right, let's have a quick rundown on the rooms. Cells, yes. Several of. Holding cell, yes. Solitary, yes, but not a lot. We don't really need a lot of. Canteen and kitchen are there. Showers, yes, we've got 2 of. Yard. Ah, yes, yard. Okay, so, yard then, we're going to have... I think we'll get rid of that little bit there and square it off and have a little bit of a yard. So you need a yard minimum of 5 by 5. That should do us. If I just have that as the yard, just put a bit of yard there. That'll do. Yard's there and there. Easy. In fact, rooms, yard. I'll just designate it now. 5 by 5. Skewed behind a door. It will be in a bit. There you go. There's the yard. Simple as you like. Okay? Job done. Okay. Yard, yes. Storage, yes. Deliveries and garbage, yes. Execution, no, we're not having it. Workshop, 2 very large ones. Security, we have there and obviously there because that's mirrored. Offices, we have the 3 there for the accountant, the warden and the security guy. And then we have our foreman over there. And then finally our psychologist there. That's fine. Infirmary, yes, up the top there. Morgue, same deal. It's there. Common room, fairly large around there. Haven't yet filled in what's going to go in there, but you understand it'll be benches, televisions, that sort of thing. And the additional obligatory Alcoholics Anonymous. Next to that, then we have our laundry down the bottom. Not very large, but it should do. Visitation, yes, it's a bit cramped, but it'll do. Cleaning cupboard back over where the laundry is. A bit small, but that's fine. We can always extend, you understand. We have our kennel down the bottom there, because we do need some sort of sniffing ability. Armory, no, we're not having one. We have our staff room around there. And then we've got our forestry a little bit, but that'll be extended when we go further. We've got our classroom there and our exports there. Job done. Right, so I think that is about it. As I said, the plan is to make money via workshops, and more specifically forestry. So we'll probably go for low risk. I did say definitely low risk at the start, but I don't know. We might go for medium risk. We're definitely not going for high. That's not happening. But we might go for normal risk. I do think that low risk might be a bit of a change, though, a bit of change of pace. But we'll see. The problem with low risk when you're doing forestry is that because you need to do the advanced workshop training, that sometimes they end up leaving to, because they are in for maybe a couple of years, a couple, maybe sort of 20, 30 days or whatever in the prison. Sometimes they leave and you get a high turnover, which means that although you get a grading rating, although you get your grading, you don't really get a lot of people working in the workshops on the advanced stuff because they get trained and then leave. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. But we'll see how it goes. I'd like to know what you think about that. One thing as well, we're not going to have an armory, but not just for the reasons you might think. We're not going to have an armory because I don't think we need one. And the game is getting to a point, because more stuff's getting added, you don't need everything, okay? You can generally pick what you want for what you're going to build, which is what we've done here. Oh, that's not in the center, is it? That should be there. There we go. Yeah, that makes sense now. Because I know people were going to complain about that. Yes. The armory we don't need, but one of the reasons I don't want to have it as well is because we will then end up buying tasers, which cost money, and body armor, which costs a lot of money, or both, which we don't really need. And it's just something that, doesn't fit what we're going for. Doesn't fit what we're going for. We can always call in the right police if we need it from the emergencies, so there's no real problem with it. Right. I think we'll leave it there. That's the overall plan here. Oh, one thing as well, we will also be using moving the guards around in the regime thing that's been added quite heavily as well, hopefully, and that will allow us to save some money. So saving money where we can, try not to overspend, although it's me, so I probably end up overspending, but we'll see. I will do my best. As always, comments in the comments, and I will make changes based on feedback for next episode, and then we will get on building. First things first is a wall all the way around, and then we'll get everything up and running. Obviously, I haven't sold my last prison, so what I will have to do is get the workshop up and running quite quickly, and obviously do all of the grants that we can, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Comments in the comments. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.